Greetings to everyone. Myself, Dr. M. Harivanan, working as Associate Professor in Department of Civil Engineering in Mari Lakshman Reddy Institute of Technology and Management. It is an autonomous institution and it is located at Dundigal, Hyderabad. I am handling the subject of surveying and geomatics to the second year civil engineering students. Today, we are going to discuss about introduction on leveling. First, what is leveling? We are going to find out the elevation of a given location, okay, with reference of some stationary points. That is called a leveling. So why we need to get this elevation? Since with respect to the reference point, okay, that reference we can call it as a either benchmark or data. Okay. With respect to that point, whether our ground is located at below or above the reference point that we need it. After finding that, we have to go for some quantity calculation or quantity purpose. If it is engineering project, definitely we are in need of quantity, like filling work or cutting work, like some volume of earthwork we need to extract. So for that purpose, we are in need of this level or this leveling. Now we can go for definition. So the definition for leveling is it is the art of determination of the relative position of points on the surface of earth and it deals with the measurements in vertical plane, that is z axis. We are going to take the readings, that is height, okay. And for any engineering projects, it is a very necessity to the determination of our elevation of different points along the alignment of proposed project. So here, along the alignment of proposed project indicates the projects like road work, railway laying work, canal laying work, then water pipeline, sewer pipeline, drainage facility. So whatever the quantities, okay, whatever I said, these quantity or these work need extraction of earthwork, filling as well as cutting. So this works having a and mainly need the leveling process. Now we are going to discuss about what are all the uses or purposes of leveling. So from the data, whatever the data we can extract in the leveling, okay, by using that we can prepare the contour maps. So first one is to prepare the contour map for the fixing of sites, okay, for various purposes like reservoir, dam, okay, and along with the element of roads like roads, railways, irrigation canals, etc. Okay, so diagram or our final result will be like this. Okay, so we can get the contour map. Here they have given that elevation mode 0.1 meter. So here it is 284 meter, 283.8 meter, 283.6 meter, 283.4 meter, like that. So the contour interval is 0.1 meter. Okay. So these lines, whatever the line they have mentioned here, okay, now this line denotes it have the elevation of 284 meter here. Okay, here what are the points we are having here now? These points having the elevation or height of 283.8 meter. These heights has been taken from the reference point. Okay, that reference is nothing but the datum or benchmark based on the position or based on the place we are going to take. Okay, and this line denotes to 83.9 meters, since they have given that elevation mode 0.1 meter. And the second uses to determine the altitudes of different important points, okay, on a hill, or to reduce the levels of different points on or below the surface of earth. So for example, if I am going for the hill station, okay, or hill station or whatever, okay, in that place I need to mark or I need to have some stationary point. By using that I am going to establish further works has to be done over that hill station. Okay, so in that place I need some reference. Okay, that reference we are going to making it. Okay. So likewise we have to fix the important altitude levels over the hill station. Okay. Second, third one, to prepare a longitudinal and cross section of a project. So here longitudinal and cross section is nothing but if I am going to take the level along the length of the project, then it is called at certain interval. For example, this is 0 meter, okay, this is 10 meter, so this is 20 meter. Okay. Likewise, along the length of the project, if I am going to take the levels, then it is called as longitudinal leveling. If I am going to take breadthwise, okay, here it is 0 meter, 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter. So likewise, left side and right side of the longitudinal sectioning, if I am going to take the reading. So along the breadth, if I am going to take the readings, then those readings are called cross section leveling. So where we are going to take this kind of longitudinal and cross sectional details. Roads, railways, irrigation work like water supply, drainage work, canal laying. Okay. So wherever we are in need of volume of earthwork, that base we are going to take like this. Okay. When comparing with our breadth, the length is very high. At that time we are going to have a longitudinal and cross-sectional leveling. So here I have mentioned this. So this is the sloping ground. So in the sloping ground, if I'm going to make a road surface, so how the way I have to make it. So this is my hill station, okay. So along the breadth, I have to make the road. So if I'm going to take the cross-sectional leveling here, okay, from here to here, okay, I can get the height. For example, this is my center point. Here I am getting some 101 meter, okay. Here I am getting some 98 meter, and here I am getting some 102 meter. So for example, I am saying this is my total width. So now I am in need of quantity, okay. So this may it may be taken as some 2 meter, okay. So this level difference, I need a flat surface here, okay. I need a flat surface here. So how the way I have to get it? So just whatever the quantity now, volume of work. So this have to cut it here, and it has to be dumped into here, so that here the quantity whatever we have got it, that is called the earthwork cutting quantity, and whatever we are going to place it here, that is called earthwork filling quantity. Then third point, sorry, last use, to prepare the layout map for water supply, sanitary or drainage schemes. So here we are going to give an elaborate map for water supply scheme, like where we are going to place the pump, where we are going to place the collection tank, and where we are going to give the overhead tank, where we are going to give the underwater tank, okay. So and which places we are going to lay the pipe, okay, where we are going to place the, if it is drainage system, where we are going to place the manhole, okay. Those things we are going to fix it properly. So these works also to be done under the leveling process, okay. Since whatever the water we are going to get, if it is fresh water, that is drinking water, with the help of gravity flow, it has to reach us, okay. And it is drainage system, okay. The wastewater should be collected in the collecting tank with the help of gravity flow. So likewise, we have to make the entire system and their connectivity, okay, that we have to ensure through the leveling process. So these are the points under the uses or purpose of leveling. Now we are going to discuss about the terms, the basic terms used in leveling. So here they have given that some common points, okay, like level surface, level line, level surface, vertical datum, vertical plane, vertical line, horizontal plane, horizontal line, okay, the elevation. So likewise, these are all the common terms we are going to use in the leveling process. Now we are going to elaborate it, those terms. So first, level surface. It is the surface which is parallel to the mean spherical shape of the earth surface. Okay. So we all know that our earth surface has the spherical shape. Okay. So along with the spherical shape, whatever the line or whatever the surface we are having now, that surface is called a level surface. Second one, level line. So any line which is lying on a level surface, okay, then it is called as level line. Third one, datum surface or line. So it is an imaginary level surface or imaginary level line from which the vertical distances of different points are to be measured. The different points may be above the earth surface or above the datum surface or below the datum surface. Okay. For example, this is my instrument. Okay. After I'm doing all the leveling process, temporary adjustments. Okay now. So it may have the surface of one line. This is an imaginary line. Okay. So this line called datum surface, since it is the reference from the datum line. So this is my reference. Okay, reference point. Okay. So our points, whatever the points we are going to measure it. Okay, it may be below to the reference point or above to the. So this is above to the datum surface or below to the datum surface, whatever the point we are going to take it. Next one is mean sea level. So the tides of an ocean, okay, has been recorded for every 1 hour interval, the tide heights, for the entire duration of 19 years. Okay now, so that they are going to calculate the average tide height. This tide height is nothing but mean sea level. Okay. So year we are having that mean sea level it has been taken as a reference for all the important works. Okay. Earlier we have taken Karachi as a reference point. Okay now. So that whatever the mean sea level they have taken, okay now, that has been taken for a reference point. But nowadays, okay, we are taking our Mumbai as a reference point, okay, for the mean sea level. So the mean sea level is nothing but it is obtained by the making hourly observation of the tides at any place over a period of 19 years. Next, reduced level. The vertical distance or height or depth of a point above or below the assumed datum is called reduced level. So in this diagram, from the reference we are going to take this line, correct? After leveling our instrument we are getting this. So from this, if I am going to take the height of this point, okay, and height of this point is called as reduced level of these points. Okay. Next, line of collimation. So it is the imaginary line passing through the intersection of the crosshairs which is present in the diaphragm and the optical center of the object glass and its extensions. It is also called as line of sight or line of collimation. So in our instrument, in our dumbbell level or theodolite, whatever it may be, we are having two things. One is object piece, another one is eyepiece. Okay. So in eyepiece we are having the diaphragm like this, like a plus hat. Similarly here also. Okay. So optical center of the object class. Okay. So whatever the line and its extension, okay, running through this point is called a line of collimation. Okay. The line joining the center point of the diagram and center point of the object class and its extension is called a line of collimation. Say the axis of telescope, the next terms. This is also a similar to our line of collimation. Okay. So read this. This axis is an imaginary line passing through the optical center of the object class and the optical center of the eyepiece. Okay. Now? So both are same, line of collimation and axis of telescope. But line of collimation, the difference is after doing the temporary adjustment of instruments. Okay. Whatever the line has to pass on the optical center and the center of the object piece. Okay, this is called the line of collimation. Next, benchmark. So here I said that from the reference we are going to take the readings. So that reference we are calling it as a benchmark. Okay, now. So now we come for the definition. The benchmark are the fixed reference point of known elevation determined with the reference to the datum line. So for any project, okay, the benchmark is an important point and it can be taken as a reference. So from the reference we are going to calculate the elevation of a point whatever present in the ground. Okay, that we are going to calculate with the reference of this benchmark alone. Okay, that's why we are calling this benchmark as an important point for the entire project. So there are 4 types of benchmark are available. One is GTS benchmark, second one is permanent benchmark, third one is arbitrary benchmark, and fourth one is temporary benchmark. So first we should discuss about GTS benchmark. So GTS benchmark, it is established by the national agency like Survey of India department. Okay, at large scale interval, which is nothing but at every 100 kilometer distance we are having the benchmark. That benchmark is called the GTS benchmark. It has been fixed, okay, all over the country at a distance of 100 kilometer interval. It has been established with higher precision, okay, highest precision. So from the mean sea level, it has been transferred to all the places, okay, at 100 kilometer distance. And we are having this GTS benchmark location and its reduced level, okay, in the GTS map. Next, permanent benchmark. So permanent benchmark are like this, okay, and these benchmarks are the fixed points or marks established by the government department like PWD, railways, irrigations, okay, highway, likewise. And these RLs are determined with the reference of GTS benchmark. Okay, at every 10 kilometer distance, this benchmark reduced level has been displayed for public purpose. Okay, now, and it is denoted in the plinth of building, parapet of bridge or culvert, etc. Okay. So wherever we are having some important places, okay, since these points, this benchmark has been established by government department like PWD, highway, irrigation, like that, okay, so that they have denoted in the plinth of building or parapet of bridges or culvert like this, okay. So we can see this benchmark in those places, okay, department benchmark. Then third one, arbitrary benchmark. So wherever we are having some strategic important points like the temples, okay, or some culvert, okay, in that places we are having some assumed reduced levels, okay. So those places are those points called as arbitrary benchmark. So whenever we are going to start the work, okay, we are going to take some points, some strategic important points has been taken as a benchmark, okay, and mainly we are going to take it as 100 meter is the RL of the benchmark. So those benchmarks are called arbitrary benchmark and temporary benchmark, last one, okay. So whenever we are going to start the day by day work, at the time we are going to have some points on the nearby places, okay. So those points are called as temporary benchmark. So it has the worth of only one day, okay. Like root of the tree, parapet of the nearby culvert, okay, or road surface. So whatever the important places is nearby, those points are called as temporary benchmark. And next terms used in leveling, that is backsight, foresight and interciting. So when I am starting the leveling process, okay, first I have to fix the instrument at some places. So this is my field, okay. On the field I am going to place my instrument, my tripod. Over the tripod I have to place my instrument and I have to do all the initial adjustment or temporary adjustment. After doing that, I have to take the first reading, okay. Most probably for the so this line is called my line of collimation or line of okay. So the line of collimation, with respect to that I am going to take my first reading. So the first reading is always my reference point. So that reference point we can call it as the benchmark point, okay. And based on my instrument focal length, so it can cover at certain distance. After that I can't view or I can't focus, okay. So this is called my leveling stuff. So leveling stuff, okay. Here I am having the reading. So based on my instrument focal length I can focus up to certain distance. After that I cannot focus. So Again I have to shift my instrument. Sorry. Again I have to shift my instrument from this place to somewhere this place. And after that I have to do all the initial process, that is all the temporary adjustments, so that my line of collimation becomes changed here. So after that the first reading has been taken here. Okay. So whenever I am fixing the instrument, after that I am taking the very first staff reading. Okay. That reading of a point, okay, now may be benchmark or change point. Okay. These readings are called as backside. At very first, whatever the reading I am going to take it now, that is while starting the process, the first reading has been taken on the benchmark, or else after shifting the instrument from this place to this place. Okay, now I am seeing the very first reading at here. Okay, now so these readings are called as backside readings. Okay, now next, foresight. So likewise, the last staff reading in any setup of the instrument is called backside. So here, this is my last reading. Okay. So after that I cannot able to view the reading because of that instrument focal length. Okay. So this is my last reading for the instrument setup to be placed here. Okay. So this reading is called a foresight reading. Okay. Now third one, intermediate sight. So intermediate sight is nothing but in between the backside and the foresight reading, how many points are you are going to take in for the single setup of an instrument. Those points are called as intermediate sight. Intermediate sight 1, 3, 4. So here we are going to measure the height. Okay. Next to change point. So change point is nothing but here we have fixed the instrument first. Okay. Because of restriction in the focal length, we cannot able to view after this. Okay. So that in order to continue the process, we are shifting the instrument from here to here. Okay. So this is called the change point. Okay. So shifting of instrument from one place to another place during the operation of leveling is called the change point. Next, height of instrument. Okay. Height of instrument nothing but the position of line of collimation from the benchmark or from the place of instrument. Okay, ground of instrument. That is called height of instrument. Okay. So when the leveling instrument is properly leveled, the RL of the line of collimation is known as the height of instrument. Next, parallax. So parallax is the process. Okay. in order to get the clear view of the crosshairs. Okay, so in our, already I said, in our object, in our eyepiece, I am having the crosshairs like this. If it is dumpy level, we can have like this. If it is theodolite, we can have the crosshair like this. Okay, now, so these hash should be clearly visible. Likewise, we have to adjust our eyepiece. Okay, so making of clear visibility of these crosshairs is called parallax. So these are all the common terminologies we are going to use in the leveling. Thank you.